shining above us, then I just wanna be where you are. I don't wanna close my eyes, then I might miss a moment of you. And as long as the sun shines upon us, and I just wanna be where you are. 'Cause with you I feel no fear, and when you hold me all my wounds are healed. When I'm with you I feel safe. There is no pretending, no need to escape. And I know I just wanna be where you are. I know everything has an end, and I know that we are not getting any younger. But as long as there is time, I will walk beside you. 'Cause I just wanna be where you are. 'Cause with you I feel no fear, and when you hold me all my wounds are healed. When I'm with you I feel safe. There is no pretending, no need to escape. Then I know I just wanna be where you are. There's no pretending, no need to escape. And I know I just wanna be where you are.
So this is what we hear all day in the fall, is the squirrels fighting over the nuts. There's 3 or 4 of them in the tree, and they're just yelling at each other all the time.
folks, it's your buddy Farmer Brown here. Just want to walk through the progress we've made on the solar panel rack. Like all things, I'm no engineer. As we've mentioned before, what we don't know fills libraries, and if it hasn't already been clear in all the content that we post, we are not professionals. But what we've done here is kind of learned from our first attempt, which was this 40-foot long array with incredibly long spans, very tough to reinforce and keep structural. You can see that it sags a bit in spots. It held its own for the last couple of years, but this is part 2 of the improvement. So I started with just these 3 beams, then I tied them in at the ends and used these strong tie structural plates. You have to get these special screws that go with it, and that tied it together pretty flat. Then it was probably operating about as sturdy as the original, and what I was finding is if I went to the corner and gave it a shake, you'd see the whole thing would weeble wobble, right, with this kind of torsion. And that is the key word. So again, not an engineer. I just went online and I just Googled literally these words. Support for rack or flat structure, and over what came up is what's called a torsion box. The practical application is typically tables, like even IKEA. The idea is you have this grid of squares, and they don't necessarily even have to be all that sturdy. My understanding is, like for IKEA, they use like compressed cardboard to make the honeycomb or the grid like this, and then it's sandwiched between 2 flat plates, if you will, so plywood or whatever. The idea is then, instead of getting that twist, because it's glued across all these little squares, it gives it like complete rigidity, and so there's no twist, there's no torsion. This is why they call it a torsion box. So another application is workbenches. People that want to make a really solid workbench, they'll usually use 2x4s and make that torsion box, sandwich it between 2 plates of heavy, usually like 3/4 inch birch plywood, and then that's going to make a pretty indestructible workbench. Because again too, it's like having a bunch of joists and blocking underneath it, so it's very, very solid, and the amount of pounds per square inch that table can withstand is pretty incredible because it's sitting atop however small the squares you make. So for this, what we did is I took the 5 posts that we were originally going to use to repeat the rack we had before, and I ripped them through the table saw and used the chop saw to split them into thirds for the beams that joined the main rails, and then I ripped them into 4 pieces each for these little pieces that tie the struts that go between the rails, and then created the boxes by putting all these spacers here. So now it by itself is pretty solid. You can still see it wobble. Maybe I'll give them a demonstration of that after. But what we're going to do next is our next rip into the big city. We'll pick up some, I'm thinking OSB and some paint to seal it and protect it from the elements. But we'll get, I think it's 7/16, so just under a 1/2 inch plywood essentially, that we will use PL, put that all around, all in the grids, and glue 4 pieces of plywood to the top and the bottom. Apparently it is crucial that you do both the top and the bottom for this to work correctly, because then you don't get flex in either direction. But this is going to make this thing just about a movable floor. Shouldn't have any bow or any kind of movement. I'm pretty proud of it right now. We've been messing around with it and everything, because I use the laser level and that all the beams are going pretty much straight and parallel to each other. Other than having left the joints pretty tight, it almost has its kind of a little bit of friction, so it holds its own spot. But what we will do, just like the other one, at the base of this post I'll connect the boat winch, and then put another eye bolt loop up here so that we can adjust it with the winch. And the last piece that I have to kind of figure out is I want some kind of stopper or 2 position kind of blocking on the far side, so that I can tip it down and just only one angle pointing northward, so that we can pick up evening sun and morning sun in the summer months when we just have an abundance. And then in the winter, when we have overcast days, I want to be able to set it up flat. So I've got something in mind, some kind of spring-loaded piece that I can turn that'll like click back into a slot of some sort, so that it's rigid and solid to support the weight when it rocks back. But that's generally the idea. We just want two positions facing north, one at about 45 degrees, then flat, and then using the winch, anything facing south we can do infinitely variable, up to 70 degrees. That's, you know, I went online, and for our neck of the woods, in the dead of winter, 70 degrees I think is the optimal angle to pick up that kind of low-hanging sun, if you will. So that's the story so far.